Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk about life. Our guests will share their life story. We want you to success in life and business. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk about life. We're going to speak on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are going to witness. Business with a servant's heart. With hosts Steve, Ramon, and Ray. Inspiration, education talks. Listen to the podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ramon, and I'm so thrilled to have you join us today. This podcast is dedicated to exploring the idea of doing business and living life with a purpose, serving others, and yes, achieving success. We believe when we approach our work and our lives with a servant's heart, we can truly make a huge difference. We created this show for you because we want everyone to be motivated, inspired, and educated to make an impact in your world. And anybody can do this. Just got to take the action and do it. And my guest today is going to blow you guys out of the water, talking about funding with a purpose, with an impact. How'd you like to give your money and make an impact? Sign me up for that. But while you're listening to him today, I want you to think about really hard how you're going to serve today and what impact you're going to create today. Don't wait till tomorrow, because you know what you do? You wait till tomorrow, and then a month goes by and you go, I haven't done that yet. So have that top of mind to do that. And then I want to thank my phenomenal business partner and sponsor, Pantheon Alliance, where we imagine being a part of an exclusive community of high-income, successful business owners and entrepreneurs from diverse industries. Together, we can make a difference with the world, becoming a thought leader and expert, but making an impact. So want more information on Pantheon Alliance, please reach out. I'll get you more information. So with that being said, this guest is a brother from another mother. We live close. We have TV shows together, and we have the same heart. He's got a huge service. I think probably more than me. I have a pretty big one. Devin, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a thrill to be here. It's an honor. I'm grateful you got such a great show, such a great audience. Thank you very, very much for including me today.
Well, you are a great fit because we're going to talk about crowdfunding for an impact. So I'm used to, I can't think of the name. I had it on the top of my head, that you go and you can buy something and they're raising fund for a product or service.
Yeah, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, those kinds of things.
Yes. Yep. But it's not for an impact, and not that they're wrong, but you're doing it for good. Talk about that.
Yeah. And here's the thing I like to talk about, and I want to be really clear. When I talk about crowdfunding, I'm generally talking about regulated investment crowdfunding. So we're not talking about giving our money away or donating it to charity. I want to encourage people to do that. That's a good thing to do, but that's not what I'm talking about. We're not talking about going to Kickstarter and backing a social cause that involves a product or innovation. No, we're talking about a genuine investment. This is an opportunity for you to make money while you're doing good. Now, this is to anyone who has ever listened to Steve Ramona for 1 minute, you know that this is for you, right? This is a message for you. This is an opportunity for you to do business with a servant's heart, right? And make money. And listen, I used to be kind of hung up around this idea of making money and doing good in the same time. And here's the reality. Here's the reality. If we can't make money from our doing good, our good is limited, right? Very limited in some cases, right? And unless you're infinitely rich. And let's be clear, Bill Gates has been on my show. I've talked to Bill Gates a couple of times. Great guy. One of the richest people on the planet. And he is very, very careful, despite the fact that he's committed to give away all his money to charity, or virtually all. I think 95% is his commitment. He seeks to maximize his return. More and more, he's investing for impact, but he is always trying to maximize his return. So let's be clear. If you are feeling like you're not as rich as Bill Gates, and you might not be, it's possible. If you're not as rich as Bill Gates and you want to make money from your investments, there's no shame in that, right? Because Bill Gates wants to make money from his investments and do good with them. Okay. So we'll talk today about how you can do that, but it is fun. It's remarkably easy, and you can start. I know, Steve, I know your audience is affluent and successful, but I just so we make sure that we're clear that we are including everyone. No excuses in this. There are opportunities to invest, genuinely invest, get a return on investment with $5, right? So this is not a matter of being, oh, it's just a few $1,000s. It's not $10,000. We're talking about amounts of money as small as $5. Everyone can participate, right? So that's the starting point, Steve. So I'm excited to share more if you have an appetite for this. So
you got me at doing good and making money. So now I need to know the journey. What's that? We'll just use the $5. They invest $5. What does that look like, and what's kind of the ROI on the doing good?
Yeah. So right now, and let me be clear that I am not being paid to say this, right? And so it's important for me to be clear about that. But there is a company called Climatize. And their website is climatize.earth. You can't invest on their website. You have to download their app, but the links to download the app are there on the website. Or you can just download the Climatize app on either your Android or your iPhone. And their standard, their rule is if you're going to raise capital on their platform, the minimum investment is $5. And it works remarkably well. And typically their deals have a 10% return. Often they pay back in 24 months. The offering they have on there right now today, I think pays 8.5% or 8.25%, something like that. I think it's a 6 or 7 year loan. It's a little longer term, but you can make that investment with $5 and start earning interest at that rate. Now, if you put $5 in your bank account, you're going to get probably zero. If you have a pile of money that's bigger than that, you might be able to get 4 or 5% if you do a CD, et cetera, et cetera. But you can plug this money in. And of course, if you are getting a CD from Bank of America or one of the big banks, right, you're funding all kinds of problems. You're funding all the problem industries in the world with your money. You go to Climatize, you're going to fund a solution that is working to help make the world better. And so the offering they have right now is a company called Block Power. And what they're doing is they're helping companies or communities, especially disadvantaged communities, make a transition to clean energy. So like one community they're working with, I think, is Ithaca, New York. And Ithaca has committed that they are going to be completely off fossil fuels, not just in the city, not just in the government, but that everyone in the city will be off fossil fuels for their homes and offices by 2030. That sort of sounds like a long time, but wait a minute, that's 6 years. That's 6 years to convert the whole infrastructure. So Block Power is one of the companies that's been engaged to help people in the community convert their houses, and you can invest in that opportunity with as little as $5. So that's a great example. Now, I get that for some people, climate change isn't the thing that resonates, but let's be clear, one of the things that Block Power is doing is working with the low income people, especially, to make sure that they are not penalized by this transition, that they are making that transition smoothly and affordably, because it's sort of being forced on them in effect in this particular community. So it's great opportunity to invest, to support low-income people and climate solutions. And right now, if you go to a website called kingscrowd.com, you can find a list of all the crowdfund offerings that are live today. And there are hundreds and hundreds of these offerings. So whatever your appetite is, if you want to invest in the latest solar panel tech, the latest electric car tech, the latest healthcare tech, wellness programs, programs to support, your last guest on that I heard on your show was July 24th, and she was talking about diversity and inclusion, right? You can screen for that. You can look for all the LGBTQ founders. You can look for all of the women founders, all of the minority founders. So you can, whatever lens you want to apply to having impact and making a difference, you can apply and make money, right? These are opportunities to put money in and get money back. And of course, I should say, on our website, Superpowers for Good, we put out a list of all the new offerings every Monday. Each Monday, we put out a list of all the new offerings that have social impact or have a diverse founder. So we actually put out 4 lists of deals every Monday. And then on Friday, for our paying subscribers, I share my pick of the week with a lengthy diligence report explaining why I think that's a good investment, both for impact and for financial reasons. So,
yeah. So the value you're bringing is giving people the opportunity without searching on Google, the best impact crowdfunding opportunities, then going on Google and think you've done something, you're scammed, because it happens. It happens across the board. How much I don't know. So you're that resource. So that's probably a great word, that people go to this website, and I've been there, it's a great website, and go, okay, what am I going to invest in today? What looks good? What am I passionate about?
Yeah.
That's a great, that's a super.
Yeah. A lot of you've been on my show, but a lot of the guests on my show are raising capital. And so it's a great opportunity for you to meet issuers who are raising capital, get familiar with the kinds of businesses that are raising. Oftentimes they're small businesses. And you might say, well, who cares? Let's be really clear. In the stock market, and for most of us, the stock market is our best alternative, our best investment alternative. Over the long haul, if we invest perfectly with the market, we will get a 10% return, right? That's not especially remarkable, is it? That's if we do it perfectly. And I'm an experienced investor. I used to run an investment bank. I launched and ran my own investment bank. SEC registered, FINRA member, investment bank, legit, right? And I'm telling you, I have a hard time getting that 10%, right? I think I'm smart. It's a challenge as an investor to actually get that return. Okay, so if the best you can do is 10%, then investing in a small business that's going to pay you 11, 12, 13% on your money, for crying out loud, you're right in the game. Even if you accept that sometimes you're going to lend to some small businesses, some of them aren't going to pay you back all the money, right? That's going to happen. But if you build a portfolio of 10, 11, 12, 13, even 14% loans, right, to small businesses, little restaurants, food trucks, all the, whatever floats your boat, right? You can, you can easily beat the stock market. And I would argue you're really not taking more risk, right? Because a debt instrument is by its nature less risky than a stock. Like, there are a lot of people who've invested in Tesla in the last 90 days who are not very happy about their Tesla stock, right?
Yep. Same with NVIDIA. and video
Yeah.
too. It's
Yeah,
and then
that's right. Right. So even, these are high flyers. It's easy to screw up investing in the best companies, right?
no, and you're absolutely right. I'm a trader, forex trader, and I trade stocks. Risk management, that's the skill set you have to have amongst everything else first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're right. And the risk management is having 10 portfolios, 3 fail, 7 win. You've made money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suppose that, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. Go ahead.
No, go. No, you go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask you, what interested you the most when you interviewed Bill Gates?
Yeah, it was so fun. I first made a very soft attempt to reach out to his people probably in 2015. And, I was shut down at the first gate. I thought it sort of had a path I could see, shut right down. So I gave up. I never gave it another thought. And about 4 years later, out of the blue, his people reached out to me and said, you've been talking about Bill and his work to eradicate polio for a long time on the regular. How would you like to interview him? And I said, put me down.
Wow.
And for that one, I ended up flying up to Spokane. He was speaking at a conference in Spokane. So I met him there in Spokane and hired a camera crew and did the whole thing. Had a great experience.
Wow.
The fun thing for me was before we got formally into the interview, we were just chit-chatting. I sort of made this awkward comment about how he frequently goes to the Rotary International conferences because he partners with Rotary on polio eradication. And so he often goes and makes an appearance at those events to help raise money. And so I said, well, this was 2019. In 2020, the Rotary International Conference was scheduled to be held in Hawaii. And I said, well, I bet you're looking forward to going to Hawaii for Rotary next year. And then I thought, he's Bill Gates. He can go to Hawaii any dang time he wants in his jet, right? So I kind of followed up. I guess you can kind of go anytime you want. And he says, yeah, I was just there with Warren for a bridge tournament. And I thought it was so interesting that he'd gone to Hawaii to play bridge with Warren Buffett. Isn't that just, it was just such a human thing, right?
And then surreal on the other end. It's surreal thinking, yeah, we'll play bridge. Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. So anyway, that was, for me, in a way, that was the weird highlight of the conversation with Bill Gates. And of course, I got to talk to him about his superpower, and I really have learned a lot from him. He brands himself as an impatient optimist, right? That's kind of how he brands himself. And yet, when I asked him what his superpower was, he admitted that his superpower is patience. And, I've done some research into that because I just thought, that's such a gift, right? And yet it's really something we can learn. And I've really tried to learn it since then. But the key thing is our impatience comes from reality not meeting our expectations. But our expectations are 100% conscious and controllable. So anytime we want, we can just reset our expectations. So you're working on a home improvement project. If you think it's going to be easy and you stumble and struggle, it's going to be very frustrating. If you begin to say, wait a minute, this is going to be a challenge for me. I've never done this particular home improvement project. I need to allocate time and do some research and figure it out right. Then very suddenly it becomes easy, right? Because you've changed your expectation. And so, part of it then is just also being ready that, some things take time. Building a successful business may not be something you do in 90 days, right? It may take years. So
Patience
anyway,
is key.
it was
Ready.
great to
Gotta
learn.
be ready. So
Yeah.
we're coming to the end here. One question Why is this so important to you? Why is impact crowdfunding so important to Devin?
Here's the thing. If we were all really doing this, if this were a meaningful part of our portfolios, all of us, it would change the world. I mean, in dramatic ways. I want you to think about your community with more thriving, wonderful small businesses. I want you to think about a world with better climate solutions, right? Cleaner air, cleaner water, more abundant resources for everyone. I want you to think about a world that has cooler technology, where we're living in the future. And, we can participate in that in a meaningful way by investing in companies when they're still private and young, when we're putting money directly into them, right? When we invest in Tesla today, the money doesn't go to Tesla. It goes to BlackRock or some other schmuck who sold his Tesla shares today, right? Tesla doesn't get the money. It makes absolutely no difference to Tesla that we bought Tesla shares. But if you make an investment in one of these little crowdfunded companies today, it makes a big difference, even if you're just investing $5, $10, or $100. It really is cool. It makes a big difference. That's why it's important to me.
Yeah, I love that, Devin. You're just a servant's heart. God bless you. Because $5 times 50,000, that's 2.5 million.
Yeah.
50.
Oh, yeah.
And there's 360 million. I mean, let's say there's 150 million adults in them. You can run those numbers and they just work.
Imagine 100 million of us putting $10,000 to work that way over a few years, right?
Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah.
World changer.
My business partner met a gentleman that has a system. If he gets paid $1 billion a year, he can wipe out hunger across the world. Just needs $1 billion, which is not a lot of money. So it's interesting. It doesn't take a lot, but it just takes the action of doing it. And that's the rub right now, is getting people to move forward, which is what you're doing such a great job of. Let's have a little bit of fun. We got serious here. So I want you to imagine this. That's what I want to think of. You're walking into a restaurant. There's a table for you of 4. You're going to sit in one seat. The other 3 seats, who would sit in those seats, dead or alive? Why would they sit there? And what food would you order? I think you're back. I think we had a little delay there. Are you back?
Yeah, so you were asking who would the other 3 people be at a lunch table where there are 4 of us. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. That's a fun question. I would love to have Bill at the table, even though I have met Bill. I would love to continue building that relationship because I really do admire him. I would love to have what's her name? Jeff Bezos's wife, his ex-wife, of course. I mean, Mackenzie Scott, is that her name? Yep. And I'd love to talk to her. I mean, she's got such a different approach to philanthropy than Bill. Bill is very hands-on, very deliberate, very structured. Mackenzie's just giving the money away, right? She's got a tiny staff. They're screening people quickly and giving money away fast. And the third person, I would probably say, I have to admit, right now today, I'd put Kamala Harris in that chair. I think she's a rock star. I'm excited about Kamala. I hate to get hint at the politics here today, but I really admire her. I think it'd be a fun conversation, the 4 of us. So that'd be my table.
And what would you order?
I would probably order a simple pasta dish with a side salad. I eat a vegan diet, and so I'd probably be pretty simple. Yeah.
Pasta vegetable pasta primavera. I could see
Yeah,
it
something
now.
like that. Yeah, sounds great.
Very, very good. So we're at the end here, but before I forget, how can people support you and reach out and find you?
Yeah, I'm painfully easy to find, but probably the best way is to visit the website s4g.biz, B-I-Z, s4g.biz. And that'll take you to my newsletter show website, where you can instantly subscribe for free and start getting a lot of great content from me. And when you do, not too secret, just hit reply and I read the email, right? So
Amen.
we're connected.
Real quick, your TV show name and where can we find it? When is it?
Superpowers for Good, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Pacific on the E360 TV network. And it's also at s4g.biz.
Yep. And we'll put that, and you can find it also on, because I have a TV show with Devin. That's how I met Devin. And I'm so blessed. You can also find it on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Apple TV and Roku and all that. So reach out, find him. Don't forget my TV show, Together We Serve, every Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Devin, God bless you, what you're doing. I support you 1,000,000%. Of course, any way I can support you, reach out. And audience, comment on the YouTube channel where this goes out in a few days, and I'll get those comments to them, reach out to them, support them. Let's change the world together.
Hey, thanks. Thanks,
You're
Steve.
very welcome. My pleasure. As always, me and Devin, thank you for watching or listening to this podcast. We'll see you in the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Have a great day.